Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the channel. I have some awesome news. I finally have some powder coat back today. I just took and set the compressor housing on there just to see what it looks like, and I think it's gonna look pretty darn good. That is the color that I chose. I have my compressor housing back and I have my intake elbow back. Intake elbow is right over here sitting on the stool. I still got to put all my plugs in on the back side and go from there. I'm still waiting on 3 more pieces, waiting on my valve cover, the elbow for the compressor housing, and then also my thermostat housing. While I have the valve cover off, I'm going to retorque the head studs too. Those are a 3-step process, and you should retorque those after your first heat cycle and make sure nothing moved, especially if you use a new head gasket. You had your head off. Torque spec on those is, I believe, is 125 foot-pounds, and when you put those in, you should go in stages of 50 to 100 and then 125 in 3 steps. It's just, and then starting from the center and working your way out. There's several patterns and diagrams on Google. If you wanted to Google that, it'll show you how to do it. I have one that I keep just like I do for my valve lash. I'm just excited to start getting some parts back. They had to redo the valve cover. Had some pieces and parts that was detonated, or not detonated, sorry, that's my head over there. Had some places where like had a static blister is what he called it, so he wanted to reshoot the valve cover, and then the compressor elbow, there was a light spot in that, so they're also reshooting that. And then as I was grabbing the thermostat housing elbow, trying to remember all this stuff, I noticed it had a light spot on it, and the way it sits on the truck as it comes out, and then made the 90 to go this way, right where the hose hooks up, right in front, right where you would see there was a light spot in that. So they're reshooting those 3 pieces and gonna make those right. I just wanted to set that on there so I could see what it looked like, and then I could put the intake elbow back on too, I suppose, but I wanted to leave as much room as possible so I could get my valve cover slid in there and get it in place. That way nothing's scratched, nothing's damaged. With that out of the way, it'll just make it that much easier. Like I said, I'm gonna go through and retorque all my head studs, make sure everything's good there. I got my head in today for the 50-inch mower. You know, I've been waiting on that because I lost a valve seat in this one here. You can see how loose that is. You can actually see how loose, then the difference between this rocker arm is up against on the intake side, and this rocker arm is about an 1/8-inch gap that's on the exhaust side. So my intake's good. So the intake here is bad. I received this and started looking around at it. I did purchase it from eBay. You can see where this side probably detonated to. There's a mark right there on the surface, and there's a mark right here on the surface where a piston come up in contact with it, and there's some spatter mark on the intake valve itself. Plus, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you guys. If you can see right through there, you shouldn't be able to see that daylight in there just like that. So I bought a bad head off of eBay. I guess that's what I get. I asked him a few questions. He assured me that he thought it was good, the other side was bad. And actually both sides are bad. I've already been in contact with him to let him know that, you know, the intake valve is bent, and he said he would do whatever it takes to make it right with me. So I do appreciate that. You know, he is going to take care of this issue and make it right with me, and we're going to go from there. I just wasn't planning on having to, you know, compress springs and putting in valves and everything like that. I'm actually going to have to either buy a valve spring compressor or go get one, borrow one or something, because I don't own one. And to be able to do that, you got to be able to compress your valves down. It's just like an engine. You take and you press that hat down, and then there's 2 keepers You can see the split in it right there. You compress that down, you pull them keepers out, and then you release everything, take your hat and your spring off, and then pull your valve out from the bottom side, just like it would be on the truck or the dirt bike or anything. So at least I know my intake valve is good and that exhaust valve is good. So if I have to, I'll just swap them out and see what kind of refund he's going to offer me. So anyway, it's just kind of a short video to catch you guys up, so you can see where I'm at. Of course, still waiting on powder coat. I want to get things put back together. I wanted to use my truck Friday, but that's not going to happen. I should be able to pick the stuff up in the morning, but I'm not going to be able to do anything tomorrow because I have a meeting after work that I have to attend, and that's going to last probably till 8, 9 o'clock. And by the time I'm done there and come home, it's going to be dark. So I guess I'll be stuck putting the truck back together on Friday and getting everything ready to go, which is fine to have rain on Saturday and Sunday. So anyway, that's where it is right now. I still have a couple of things I want to do, so I might as well do them while it's down. Like I said, I want to get the exhaust manifold off and get that painted up, and then also change out my hardware. I know and I did find out why Cummins uses those spacers. You know, I asked you guys last time, if anybody knew, please feel free. The reason they use those is because they had some problems with some things loosening up, so they put those spacers in there to help torque and keep things tight. So the head gaskets, or the head bolts, not the head bolts, the exhaust manifold bolts, those are a 35 foot-pound torque. So, you know, once I get my new hardware, I'm gonna replace them. I'm gonna put ARP studs in there, so that'll be later on to come. I got stainless steel studs coming from that. Another thing with the ARP, I hear a lot of people say, you know, ARP 625s or ARP 425s. There is no such thing as an ARP 425 head stud. They are called ARP 2000s. They do have the 625s, which are a stainless. And then the next step down from that is the ARP 2000s. So I don't know where any of that got started, but you know, there is no such thing. I don't know where it got started or who started it or whatever, but you know, I'm letting everybody know that watches my videos, there is no such thing as an ARP 425 head stud. They are called ARP 2000. So anyway, with that little bit of knowledge, I have nothing else further. I guess I'm gonna start taking that apart and see if I can make 1 out of 2, I guess. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it very much. Hit that like button, give me a thumbs up. I was a little premature on my thumbs up, wasn't I? Anyway guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Check out the description below for all of my links and merch. So guys, we will talk to you later on. You have a great evening. Bye-bye.